But our focus this evening, as I mentioned, is the controversy around Allu Arjun and the stampede in Hyderabad when he arrived for the screening of his Pushpa 2 on the 5th of December. That controversy only seems to be getting more intense. A day after alleged protesters indulged in vandalism at the star's residence, the opposition in Telangana, the BRS, claimed that the protests were linked to Chief Minister Revanth Reddy. The Congress firmly denied the charges. Both sides released pictures of the protesters, one with Chief Minister Revanth Reddy and another with BRS leader K.T. Ramarao, as you see on your screens, to make accusations at each other. Remember, the police had also released a video claiming proof of the fact that Allu Arjun refused to leave the venue despite being told that it was becoming difficult to manage the crowds. The politics on the one side, the whole controversy has also led to actions like the government of Telangana cancelling special benefit shows for all films and has seen strong reactions from the film industry as well. The Telangana film fraternity had also offered monetary assistance to the family of Sri Tej, who is still in hospital. So is this getting political and more intense? What next in this exchange? That's our focus this evening with a special panel up ahead. But first, my colleague Uma Sudhir spoke exclusively to the father of the boy who's still in hospital, the state's minister Revanth Reddy, Venkat Reddy, and the producer of Pushpa 2 to set up the discussion this evening.
We are here with the cinematography minister of Telangana, Mr. Revanth Reddy, Venkat Reddy, and also the producer of Pushpa 2, Mr. Naveen. Both of you have come to visit the son of Mr. Bhaskar. He has lost his wife, and unfortunately his son is still in a bad condition. You are reaching out to the family now at a time when the film industry seems to be thinking that they are at loggerheads with the government. Is that the situation really because of the move to arrest Mr. Allu Arjun and the developments that have followed?
No, whatever happened is unfortunate, but this government, under the leadership of CM Revanth Reddy garu and Minister Revanth Reddy, Venkat Reddy garu, they are very supportive for us. From the government was formed regarding the shows or the rates increase, because rates increases we need for particular films where the movie budgets are very high, and this is the government where they announced that they're going to give Gaddar awards because for the past few years awards are not given, which is very encouraging, and they're very supportive and they're very approachable. CM sir and Minister sir, whatever we required, we could get the meeting immediately same day, and they're very supportive.
You have announced after this incident that you are not in favor of any more such special shows, premieres, incentives. The Chief Minister as well as you seem to be reacting emotionally. Now, if the film industry is feeling that they are not going to get the support that they would like from the government, are you now reassuring them that that support continues?
But first of all, I want to tell you, this is a very unfortunate thing, unfortunate incident. All of, not only Telangana, all 10 crore people above, Telugu people is cried like anything because one movie, a lot of expectation, particularly youth, so they want to see the benefit show. At that time, Revati died due to stampede, and his son in coma in this Kim's hospital. We are all shocked. Entire cinema industry also shocked. The first of its kind scene happened in Telangana, in other states. So, but we want to encourage the industry, Telangana, encourage the Telugu industry, Telugu films. From Andhra also, we will encourage further our help is giving some films which have some precautions.
This is not a Revanth Reddy versus Allu Arjun battle, no.
No, nothing. Why? Revanth Reddy himself, when they applied for some benefits, this is a book movie, after 3 years of shooting, he liberally given encouraged.
आपने बहुत बड़ा दिल के साथ उस दिन कहा था, मैंने सुना आपको कहते हुए कि आपको लगता है कि इस हादसे के लिए अल्लू अर्जुन जी जिम्मेदार नहीं है और आप अपना केस भी वापस लेने के लिए तैयार हैं।
हाँ मैडम,
अभी भी आज भी आपका वही स्टैंड है?
हाँ वही है मैडम। सेकंड डे से हमारे को जो है अल्लू अर्जुन सर का सपोर्ट था, जब भी हम सोचे कि अपन किसको ब्लेम करना नहीं है बोल के पहले से ही था। उस दिन सर अरेस्ट हो रहा, हमारा वजह से अरेस्ट हो रहा बोल के समझ के हम केस वापस कर लेंगे। अब मुझको तो उतना शक्ति नहीं है कि लड़ने का, हमारा कुछ भी ये नहीं था, हमारा टाइम बैड होगा वैसा होगा।
Well, three of the most important voices there have made their points on this entire controversy. Has this now become a political battle? What next in this controversy? And most importantly, is there more to this than what meets the eye? Joining me this evening, actor and activist Kasturi Shankar, film critic and senior advocate L. Ravichandar, BRS's Ravula Sridhar Reddy, and political analyst who is in favor of the Congress, Syed Asad Abbas. My first question to you, Syed Asad Abbas, has the government taken this more as an ego issue and an affront in targeting Allu Arjun? That's the accusation that's been hurled at the Telangana government. Your response to it?
Sahab, I do not think that the Revanth Reddy government, the Congress government in Telangana, they are, as a matter of fact, doing their best. Had they been soft on the star VIP culture, they would be branded that they are favoring a particular actor. Revanth Reddy recently, in a summit, he also declared that, like everybody of us, Allu Arjun is an actor. He's also a person who lives in Telangana, Hyderabad. The fact of the matter, let us understand, be it Allu Arjun, Amitabh Bachchan or Amir Khan, everybody is same under the law. Revanth Reddy Garu also brought out a very important point. Why are we giving so much focus to Allu Arjun? The fact of the matter, a 35-year-old woman has lost her life. An innocent 9-year-old son of hers is in coma for the last 20 days. Why aren't we talking about that? Also, let us understand that the police force which was present there, they do not hold any superpowers. The fact the police did their best. Let me bring to your notice the Sandhya Theatre owners did not even meet the ACP or a DCP to take the permission. They only left a permission letter at the inward section. Let us understand that the Hyderabad police has also let out a video footage where they have shown 2 timestamps. Allu Arjun previously claimed that the police did not escort him. But if you see at 12:10, the same incident around midnight, ACP and the Deputy Commissioner of Police, both of them are escorting Mr.
Right.
Allu Arjun to safety. So therefore, there are many points which can be brought out to call out the lie of Mr. Allu Arjun. The fact of the matter we need to understand is no VIP in this country, neither the Chief Minister or the Prime Minister, nobody is above the law. The law is going to be same for Allu Arjun.
Okay.
Police did arrest him. The civil court did
Okay.
give him 14-day judicial custody, which later turned into an interim bail by the High Court. Telangana government is going as per the law
Okay.
and order. If the BRS BJP wants to politicize this, this is not going to help. But I never saw any leader of BRS or BJP
Okay, you-
standing up or visiting the victim or a husband or even caring or raising their voice for the 9-year-old
you've made a
son.
Syed Asad Abbas, you've made strong points. Let me get to Ravula Reddy of the BRS. Sir, is the BRS fishing in troubled waters? The government says that it's taking action purely with the principle that all are equal before law. Is the BRS fishing in troubled waters, A? And the photos that the BRS is releasing, the Congress is releasing counter photos to say that one of the protesters yesterday outside Allu Arjun's house has had photos with both Revanth Reddy as well as KT Ramarao. Your response?
See, Veera, I agree that all are equal before law, but law doesn't permit this kind of vandalism. Law doesn't permit political parties to instigate, rather provoke people to attack on the residences of either film stars or anybody concerned. The law doesn't allow you to take the law in your own hands. When the matter is subjudiced, the Chief Minister would not have gone to such a length in giving such a long explanation in the House, which provoked these issues basically. You can see the series of incidents that took place. The police arrested Allu Arjun. He was released on the bail. After that, what was the need when matter is subjudiced? Okay, if Chief Minister is expected to answer in the floor of House, he could have, limited to the issue. And more emotional outbursts has led to, raising this issue to a different level. Now, if Congress party is
Okay.
supporting this kind of vandalism is a big question. We don't want to.
Can I quickly answer that in 30
And Mr.
seconds?
Abbas says that we don't have any concern towards the women died. I am very sorry. BRS party strongly, raised its concern that day itself. Even who is responsible to the death? Not only the film star, not only the
Okay.
government. You gave the government gave the permission for the show, and such a movie of a big film star attract huge crowds whose responsibility was to maintain the law and order and to prevent such untoward incidents to happen. The administration, after allowing them to conduct the
Okay.
premier show, allowing them to hike the prices, definitely people will come. No, you can't expect common man
Okay,
to
Kasturi.
prevent such crowds.
Okay, let me get Kasturi as well into this conversation. You've heard both the sides make their points. The Congress government is saying that, look, a star, and it's a very, very powerful argument. A star needs to be held accountable for the events that unfold. Now, as an actor, you know very well that in South Indian cinema, such fan frenzy is something that often plays out on first day, first show. So are all the actions perfectly justified? How does the film industry view this? Does this incident provoke more responsibility on the part of film industry and stars in creating fan frenzy?
Let me at first express my greatest hope and happiness, because in the midst of all of this negativity, the one positive news that we've heard is that the child, Sritej, is responding now, and that's something that's giving us all a lot to cheer about. Okay, now about your question, film industry people are law-abiding citizens. They are not here. They're not mass murderers. Nobody goes to a movie preview with the intention to indulge in homicide, right? And that should be obvious. Okay, uske liye bhi case charge kiya hua, and then once the charge was charged, Allu Arjun has spent a night in jail, even though he got interim bail. If law was following its own course, it's following its own course very slowly, because usko to kisi ko Allu Arjun ko jail dikhana tha, dikha diya. That is the feeling the film industry has. That is the feeling a lot of people are talking about also, that there is something here more than the course of law, because it seems to be a very unusual case. I also had a similar, I'm not comparing myself to Mr. Allu Arjun, but I had a similar incident last week where I was supposed to attend a meeting and the police did not permit me to attend the meeting. You know what? In that case, the police instructed me. They told the organizers, we cannot let her come. They told me, you should not go. They told everybody, no. In this case, was Mr. Allu Arjun informed that he should not go to Sandhya Theatre? As far as we saw in the video, there were police giving protection when he entered also. There were police there. What was going on? So it's kind of difficult to understand what kind of portrayal is
Can I
being done
counter
now.
that, please?
Okay.
Veera Saab?
Everybody is responsible. The police cannot investigate itself. Obviously, their claim is going to be theirs. So I believe that a neutral party has to investigate this, turn it over to a judicial investigator or judicial commissioner, because really now the chief minister is talking for 1 hour in the legislative assembly. I don't know how many political matters are taken up with import. So, I really don't know what's
You're making a very...
It's become a war of egos. It's become a war of propaganda. I just feel for the child. I feel for the loss of lives. I just want the child to get better, and that will be the best thing.
Absolutely. All of us are hoping and praying that the child recovers from it. But yes, Syed Abbas, you will respond to it. But let me get Ravichandar as well. Sir, where do you see this? Kasturi Shankar is insinuating that there is some personal agenda. There is much more than what meets the eye in this case. Something internal that's playing out. Is it true? Do you get a sense of that? Or do you believe that this has now become a battle of egos?
I told Herald the guest as much as she will. Probably Kasturi, being an insider, knows a bit more of the intriguing politics of Tollywood and Mr. Revanth Reddy or his government. But the fact remains that much is being made out of this. Much is being made out of it. Now, this is not to say that we are disrespecting the life of the deceased or we are trivializing the life of a person who's going through the trauma of recovery. What I'm saying is this. Now, people say that you threw up a very interesting question. Should stars be made more responsible? There is a judicial verdict on this. When Da Vinci Code was to be released in Hyderabad, the government sought to ban the film on the ground that it could create a law and order problem. In a judgment of far-reaching import, the High Court said it's the business of the police to ensure that law and order is properly maintained, qua the rights of the citizen to express themselves. So this is trite law. This is obvious in a free society. A stampede is not what the organizers planned for. They have numbers, and in a country where there is this kind of idolatry, there are going to be huge, disproportionate, unexpected numbers coming. We know marriage crashes. I plan for 500, 5,000 come at a wedding. People go home without food because they know that a star is coming. Therefore, it is to me bad management by the government. Now, when I say government, am I meaning the political government? Obviously, I do not have enough material to say that. But when I say government, I surely mean, and without mincing words, mean that it is the bureaucratic government, namely the government that is required to ensure that there is no stampede in a film where you saw reason to hugely increase the rates because it was a very, very, very popular movie. You allowed somebody to make hay while the sun shines. You made a bit of the hay. So now don't we sound holy. Ye sauchu eka ke billi hachko chali will have to stop. And the buck must stop. Yeah.
You're making a very, very important point. But Syed Abbas, I want to put 3 points to you, and you can respond to it.
Please.
One is that nobody here is questioning the accountability of a star. Every star is accountable, but the question of what kind of action and cases have been filed against him. That is where the question comes up. Number two, could the government, given that they were completely aware that this kind of a frenzy would take place on the day of release, could they have done much more to avert Allu Arjun from coming there to the venue? Did they make it a public spectacle to ensure that so many strong statements were made? And had they not, should they also not share responsibility for the stampede that took place? Your response, and then I'll get Ravula Reddy.
Veera Sahab, you've asked the right question, sir. Absolutely, it's also the questions which I have been seeking answers to. Yes, does police have the responsibility? There is no two ways about it. Certainly it does. There are videos doing the rounds, Veera Sahab. As the car of Allu Arjun ji arrives, he's waving at his fans in the open sunroof top. You also see his bodyguards pushing away the crowds. That's where there is chaos there. Stampede begins, which is very unfortunate. So the bodyguards are also to be blamed. Second point, let us understand that, firstly, let me thank Kasturi ji for giving us the good news. It is indeed a sigh of relief to know the young 9-year-old boy is doing better. Second point, let us understand that when an event of this magnitude takes place, the organizers, as per the protocol, need to meet the DCP or the ACP. Here, the Sandhya Theatre owners, the organizers, erred by only submitting a letter in the inward section. Even then, we had a full police force there. Let us understand that the police do not have superpowers. They aren't Avengers with wings flying around. They did their best in their capacity. Also, as a matter of fact, 2 lies by Allu Arjun has been busted by the Hyderabad police by giving its video and timestamp. He said his bodyguard had to escort him out of the theatre, which is wrong. We clearly see in the studio, in the video, along with the timestamp, the assistant commissioner of police of the area, the deputy commissioner of police are escorting him to safety. Also, as a matter of fact, I've always believed if there is power, there is responsibility and accountability. Therefore, we need to understand a VIP culture
Okay.
will not work. Revanth Reddy Congress government
No.
is only ensure and to speak for the death of the 35-year-old innocent woman. The
Okay,
fact
you
is,
may-
BRS, BJP need to stop
Okay.
politicizing this. Let us raise our voice for that innocent woman and not merely a star. A star
Oh.
like you and I is under the purview of the law. And he also needs
Okay,
to
you
go
made
through
a
the
very,
same.
very strong point. I want to give a I expect a very short answer because we are running out of time. Ravula Sridhar Reddy, is the BRS politicizing this issue, purely fishing in troubled political waters and being insensitive to the larger and more deeper conversation that needs to play out? Your quick response before I get the last word from Kasturi Shankar.
We
Was
don't
there
have
even
to,
one leader of your party, sir, who was at the hospital?
we don't have
Sir,
to politicize.
Sahil, please hold on.
We don't have to politicize this issue. We
Go
were
ahead.
only questioning the arrest of the film actor then, for which is not directly related to. The government should also have to take equal responsibility. And I was just very surprised when police has not given permission, how he was allowed into the theatre itself. The police clearly knows from his house to the theatre, it is almost 15, 16 kilometers. I mean, you don't have information when you are given permission. And ultimately, it is the government's and administration responsibility maintaining the law and order, security, and safety of the people. I am not trying to only accuse the government. The film star also equally responsible. He should have been more sensible in his approach. I am not saying no to that. But at the same time, the government should have treated it properly. Now, see, you are trying to aggravate the issue. Look at the statements made by all the Congress party leaders from yesterday till now, even now. At various levels, the Congress leaders are speaking in length. Actually, that is triggering the politicization of entire issue. We are equally concerned with the death of the
Literally last 30 seconds left. I get your point. Last 30 seconds left in this conversation. Kasturi Shankar, final question to you. Irrespective of what happens in this case, is it time for stars to come together, tell their fans this first show fan frenzy is madness? Let's stop. Let's avoid it, especially the Southern stars. Quick response, yes or no?
Absolutely. I think this fan frenzy needs to be restricted and regulated. Absolutely. That said, I want to finish with a request to the Telangana Chief Minister, Mr. Revanth Reddy, and the Congress party leaders of Telangana. Please stop hurling accusations and denigrating the film fraternity as a whole. In the last week, we have the film fraternity has been generalized and humiliated in many ways. Even the chief minister has said things like they are of no value. Why do they get so much money?
All right, you're making. I asked you a specific question. You've given me an answer. I'm really sorry to cut you short. Unfortunately, I don't have time to give Mr. Ravichandran as well in this conversation, but this is an extremely important discussion to carry on. Unfortunately, we've run out of time on the Southern View this evening. We'll keep our focus on this issue and perhaps the larger social consequences. That's all we have time for on the show this evening. Thanks for watching. News and updates continue right here on NDTV.